Haida. This nation in EU4 has a reputation for being the most isolated nation within the game, being far from other tribes, and stuck on an island off the coast of modern-day Alaska and Canada. Most people agree that in EU4, this nation is literally unplayable, and the gameplay is not very enjoyable, with literally no flavour being added to the nation. In some EU4 updates, you had to wait hundreds of years before you got your first contact with another nation. This sort of gameplay has made Haida a meme, and many people believe it is one of the hardest nations to do a world conquest with, so people would play it as a joke. But in today's video, you are actually going to find out what the people of Haida were actually known for, besides being an obscure tribe in EU4, and how the people of Haida were able to thrive on this island, up until their first contact with Europeans. Also, if this video gets 2,000 likes, then I'll consider doing a video on another interesting New World tribe. And make sure to subscribe so we can get to 50,000 subscribers. We begin our story by looking at the origins of Haida, going back thousands of years ago. The people of Haida travelled from Asia when the earth was full of glaciers, and they arrived at the island around 800 AD, living there for centuries. The climate was relatively mild, and so the island was abundant with plant life and animal life. This led to the people of Haida being able to advance culturally as a society, considering they did not have to spend all their time getting food, and they became experts at hunting the abundant fish around them. Haida were known for their art and architecture, shown by their decorative embellishment of wood, and the totem poles they made. Ceremonial culture was most fully expressed in the potlatch, or the ceremonial distribution of goods. Potlatches were held to confer, validate, or uphold political rank, such as chieftainship or social status. Potlatches were also given to mark events, such as house building, totem pole raising, funerals, and saving face. The social system developed, and all of Haida were divided into two different clans, Eagle and Raven. Haida also developed its own mythology, which can be described as a native religion. This potentially could also be added into EU4. Within Haida mythology, the Raven is the central character. Raven has been described as a egregious creature known to the Haida, but at the same time, Raven often helps humans in encounters with other supernatural beings. Raven acquired such things as fresh water, salmon, and the house of humans. The Haida people strongly believed in reincarnation, and they believe that when someone dies, the soul transforms into a spirit. Other indigenous tribes also viewed Haida as aggressive warriors, and many tribes feared their presence. When fighting, Haida people tended to use bows and arrows, with shields made from the hide of a moose. Haida avoided warfare, although there were reports that the tribe attacked for the primary purpose of revenge, and were advanced in sea warfare. Legends also tell of voyages to the southern tip of South America, and of encounters with the Polynesians in the Pacific Ocean. Haida sometimes captured slaves or acquired them through trade. Perhaps these factors should be recognised, and Haida should have more military power at the start of the game. The almost complete isolation of Haida did certainly seem to enable Haida to grow with limited threats and develop a thriving society. The isolation would however come to an end in 1774, when the Spanish explorer Juan Perez, who was sailing north to claim territory for Spain, encountered the tribe. Although Haida could have potentially encountered the Russians decades earlier, the first documented contact was peaceful, and as time went on, many Westerners documented Haida's ability to be astute traders, and they maintained trade relations with Western countries. Considering many Western countries were after Haida's otter fur, including Britain. Sadly though, Haida were exposed to Western diseases, and many people within the tribe were wiped out from smallpox. Despite this setback, many people today are descended from the people of Haida, and so although a large amount of the tribe were wiped out, the history and legacy of Haida survives today. I think it would be really interesting to potentially give Haida a lot more flavour in EU4. Haida could potentially have interesting national ideas, such as them having reduced construction cost, given they are known for great architecture. But what do you think should be added to Haida? Let me know in the comments and make sure to subscribe.